How we doing? We live? We live? We jive? We swive? Other words that don't exist but rhyme with live? What does rhyme with live? Beehive. Are we beehive right now? What is wrong with me? All right, I'm going to give it a minute to catch on. Just let me know if you guys can see me. Let me know if you can hear me. Yeah, I started a few minutes early. Hello, hello! Happy New Year, everybody! All right, looks like people can see me. I'm still sick, by the way. I'm still sick. I am freaking exhausted, but I wanted to do this. I really did want to do this. I am so sick and tired of being in my room doing nothing all day. I hate it. I hate doing nothing all day. I want to do stuff. All right, let me see. Is this working? What is going on? Why isn't it working on my computer end? I don't understand. Well, it seems to be working for you guys. Okay, just give me a second. Because I typically read the chat on my computer because I can see more of it over here. And then, but for some reason, it's just not fracking working. So I don't know why that is. Bippity boppity. Bippity boppity. Your home is my property. Oh, there we go. Okay, I got it working. Yay! I'm such an incredible tech whiz by clicking the channel page and then clicking the live video. By the way, that ship used in the Odyssey trailer is a Viking ship. Is it? I didn't think so. I mean, did it have a, like, dragon figurehead? Because that would be the main giveaway. But, again, I know a lot of myths and I know how the stories go, but I'm not like a big architecture armor expert. There are times where for an inaccuracy video, I'll really look into stuff like that, but it's not the kind of stuff I know off the top of my head. Luke, thank you for the donation. Wow, coming right out with it. Would you like a mythically accurate Perseus movie? Of course I would. Why on earth wouldn't I? That would be amazing. You know, that's the amazing thing about mythology media. There are so few actually accurate adaptations. It makes me wonder, like, are we ever going to get a moment where Hollywood actually chugs out a whole bunch of, like, very story-accurate adaptations? Because that would be really cool. If, like, do you think there will ever be a movie studio that sits down and goes, you know, everyone keeps changing everything, and mythology's really been on the rise lately. Maybe we should just do it the way it's written, and maybe people will enjoy that. How are you, man? I'm still sick, but I'm happy to finally be talking to you guys. Like, my voice is a lot better, so that's nice. I'm sorry I'm not wearing a quirky mythology costume, but I'm just trying to stay warm. Perseus is the GOAT. He's one of the coolest guys in mythology. Do you like The Boys? Overall, I do. One thing I think The Boys has too much of is, like, 6th grade humor. Every time they start doing poop jokes and penis jokes and stuff, I'm like, alright, come on. Come on. Or when they get, like, really in-your-face political with such childish politics also, it's like, come on. It's like Seth Rogen was involved in this. Oh, wait. I hate Seth Rogen so much. He's such an asshole. Gifkus Poison, thanks for the $2. Danmachi Anime has great gods. Your thoughts? I have heard that, but I haven't seen it, so it's hard for me to give my thoughts. All I can really give my thoughts on is, oh, cool, there's mythology in a thing. That's cool. I haven't seen it, but, you know, maybe someday I will. Have you been watching Digimon lately? No, I haven't. I haven't watched Digimon since I was a kid. When will you do Epic the Musical? So, I don't know. Maybe around the time the new Odyssey movie comes out. I think that would be a fun way to time it. Basically, I have like 7 big videos that I'm behind on. Epic is one of them. Another one is the million subscriber special. You know I'm behind on that. And Will to help me put a schedule together to start like getting them out. One of them was Record of Ragnarok season 2, and funny enough, I had the script all done for that, and I was all ready to record my audio for it, and then I got goddamn sick. So that was annoying. But the script is ready for that, so maybe in a couple days I'll record all the audio for that. Powerful Star Raptor, thank you for the $10. Hello. Or $9.99, if I do say so. Hey, Mythology Guy, coming from California. I have been a big fan of yours for a while now. You make great content. Thank you so much. I always thought it would be cool if you did a reaction to Epic the Musical. I will revert you to my earlier statement. I do really want to do a proper video on Epic the Musical. It's just I want to do it well. And I'm stressed about it because I've never done a video on a musical before. I'm trying to figure out the right style to do it with. Akos the Crusader, thank you for the donation. There is no message, but thank you for the little dog saying my hero. Aw, that's cute. You guys are awesome. I'm sorry if I'm a little low energy or whatever. I'm just, still recovering from a sickness. Hi, I subbed. Can I get a shout out? Okay, Legend of Link Asher, you get a shout out. There, I shouted out. Say one thing about Egyptian mythology. Okay, it's really old. And there's a lot of penis stuff in it. There, you got 2 things. I don't think anyone asked yet. Are you doing a video on Epic the Musical? Okay, you guys are... Oh, it literally says sarcasm in parentheses. I'm so dumb. Favorite color? Black. Always liked black. Second would be either red or blue. No. Hi to you too, Elephant Puppet. I think you should do Epic in separate sagas. No, I'm doing it all in one video. I want it all in one place. I don't want people to be like, all right, where's the one on this saga and that? I want it to be simple for people. Dude, you're awesome. Thank you. Would Hades get along with Anubis? I don't see why not. He gets along with Thanatos, and Anubis is basically the Thanatos of Egypt. Greek myths in a nutshell, Zeus cheating on Hera. Yeah, a lot of that. Hey, Mythology Guy, hope you get better. I got Dulair's Book of Greek Myths for Christmas. That is freaking awesome. Welcome, brother. Are Helheim and Niflheim separate realms? It depends on the interpretation, but I personally consider them separate realms because it's written that way in the Eddas. So, yeah. Whereas it's a lot more suggestive that Svartalfheim and Nidavellir are the same realm. So I consider them one and the same. But some people do merge Niflheim with Helheim, and I see why. They're both considered like ice-cold realms. It's weird to think that there's more than one of those. It's like having Hoth and then having another snow planet. Like even in Last Jedi, which is a piece of shit movie, but even in that movie, when they go to Crate, it's like, oh, is this another snow planet? No, dude, it's all salt. And it's like, oh, okay, you did something different with it. It's a mineral planet. People think Labubus were Pazuzu. That's ridiculous. I refer you to a video I made about a month ago. I like your Batman figure. Thanks. Yeah, I got these when I thought Batman v Superman was going to be a good movie. Will you do Blood of Zeus Season 3 inaccuracy video? At some point. I'm not in a rush to do it. The Season 2 video didn't do that good. Have you read The Greek Myths by Robert Graves? I don't think so. Please collab with John Solo. I am trying to. And it's like, John is totally down to do it, by the way. It's just like, the problem is me. The problem is me being behind on everything. What do you think is the best Star Wars movie? My favorite growing up was always Return of the Jedi. Really also was impressed with Rogue One when that came out. But I'll stick with Return of the Jedi, and I know that's an unpopular opinion. People are like, obviously, Empire Strikes Back is the best. Well, I like a good closer. Like, I like Return of the King. Why is the third one always called Return? um, you know, and, I really like the Ewoks. Some people do not, but I do. What's your opinion on Epic the Musical? It's freaking awesome, and it's a huge source of stress in my life because I need to get the video done on it. Do you know... there it is. Do you know Tannen? No, I'm afraid I don't. Favorite god and goddess? Favorite gods are Hades, Heracles, Anubis, Sun Wukong, Hachiman, Kali, the Dagda, Loki. There's the ones by the different pantheons. So I guess goddess would be Kali. Would you ever do a Prince of Egypt inaccuracy video? I'd probably just do like a review where I talk about it more, like the movie as a whole, rather than the inaccuracies. You know what I think would work better as an inaccuracy video for the story of Moses would be like Exodus Gods and Kings. I think that movie would be better for that. Man, I hated The Last Jedi. Yeah, you and me both. Unpopular opinion. Sorry, I completely read this wrong. Man, I liked The Last Jedi. Unpopular opinion, but I don't care. You can like whatever you want, man. Like, people can like things I don't like. What I don't like is when people get mad at me for not liking something and telling me my opinion's invalid. It's like, bro, come on. Do you like the Prince of Egypt movie? I love it. I could watch it right now. I just like that's one of those movies I never get tired of watching. Something Wilda and I bond over. We both love the shit out of that movie. Sometimes we're in our car and we will just blast the Plague song at full volume. I send the storm, I send the swarm. What's your thoughts on D&D? Well, if we're talking the directors of the Game of Thrones show, I think they're idiots. But I know we're not. Dungeons and Dragons can be fun. Sometimes it's a little too much for me, though. Like when people are like, hey, you want to join this campaign? Like a friend of mine was literally like once, he was like, hey, you want to join this campaign? And I know you don't like super long campaigns, so like I'm thinking you'll be in the campaign and then you'll betray the group like 5 sessions in and then you'll be out. And I was like, yeah, that sounds awesome. I'd love to do that. Then I found out in like session 3, he was like, actually, I don't want to do that anymore. So you're good to just stay in the campaign, right? I was like, I guess. And then 15 sessions later, I'm like, I want to betray the group. Like I enjoy making a character. I enjoy having fun with everybody, but sometimes it's like, oh God, it's still going. Have you played Hades? I love Hades. Love Hades. Really enjoyed Hades too as well. How familiar are you with the Epic of Gilgamesh? Can you give a quick rundown of the story? Sure. Gilgamesh is a king, and at one point the gods send a wild man to fight with him. They fight, and then they become best friends. I will not explain that further. It's actually, I think, the origin of a lot of anime tropes. Sorry, I had to drink some tea. And then they go on a quest to search for immortality together. They encounter some obstacles, overcome them all, but the one obstacle they can't overcome is the goddess Ishtar, because she desperately wants to fuck Gilgamesh, but he says no because everyone she's ever fucked has had a bad ending. And then she goes, how dare you not have sex with me? Daddy, like her dad's a high god, Daddy, kill his friend. And he does. So Gilgamesh loses his friend, it really hurts him, and then he ends up dying and not finding eternal life. That's the story. It's not a happy story, but it's really cool. What tea are you drinking? I'm just like, it's all the way, the box is all the way in the kitchen. I don't want to go. It's called Throat Code. It's something to really help with my throat. What are your thoughts on the Disney version of the Star Wars sequels? Well, the Disney version is the only version of the Star Wars. if we're talking movie sequels, like there was a whole book universe that they just threw in the trash and didn't use because they're stupid. I actually like The Force Awakens. I know it's a lot of repeat, but you know, it's at least entertaining and the characters are at least good. And then I think The Last Jedi fucking ruined it all. And then Rise of Skywalker didn't know what to do anymore, and so it was just more craziness. I think the Star Wars sequels are just terrible. It sucks. What's your... I'm sorry if I don't get to every chat message. I really am trying. By the way, 6 years doing videos now. Channel anniversary. Hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Like, we're here. We're get used to it. So that's pretty cool, huh? Oh, wait, did I not do the right string? Oh, I screwed it up. Oh, shoot. Okay. Hold on. I gotta let the people know I made a mistake. I did the wrong stream. Oh, I'm such a stupid person. Give me a second, guys. I gotta correct something because I'm really dumb. Da 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 da. That's why it wasn't loading up properly. That's why. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, just give me a minute. I have to fix this. Shoot. God, that must have been confusing for some people. Live video here. Okay, good. I put a redirect link in the other video. All right. Well, hopefully that'll set the record straight for anyone who's still waiting over there. It's Hercules, right? Not Heracles. You trying to piss me off, aren't you? Did you hear about the upcoming Warhammer movie? The Henry Cavill thing, right? Isn't that a TV show? I mean, we'll see if it gets made. I know Henry Cavill cares about this stuff, but have you read the Witcher books? No, I haven't. I would like to at some point, though. I'm Wilda actually here. I'll just show it to you. Wilda for Christmas. My friends got me for Christmas because they know how much I love Lord of the Rings, and they know I eventually want to do something special with it on the channel, but not until I finish the 7 videos I'm behind on. Don't worry. Like, my friend Livia got me this Dictionary of Tolkien, and Wilda got me this. It's all the Lord of the Rings books in one, and there's illustrations here by Tolkien, like some of the sketches he did. Like, it's actually really awesome to have these. I'm really into it. And I also picked up The Hobbit recently. It's on the shelf. I don't want to reach for it. But yeah, really happy to have those. And yeah, it's because I want to do something with Lord of the Rings. And then there's a new series I really want to do called How Mythology Inspired, where I go over how myths went into a franchise. I'd love to do it with Lord of the Rings. I'd love to do it with Narnia. And then, yeah, maybe after that we'll do it with Game of Thrones and The Witcher. And hell, maybe we'll do it with The Last Airbender and shit like that. I really, like, one thing I'm really happy about this past year is that I got to start the Myth Information series. That's something I wanted to do for a long time. And I'm glad I got to do it. I'm glad you guys seem to like it, with the AI debunking video and the Medusa video and then the Labubu video. Mainly you guys seem to like the AI debunking video, which is cool. But yeah, thank you guys for watching those. I'm glad you guys liked those. Favorite movie ever? That's hard. I love The Dark Knight. Yeah, white guy take. I also really love some of my like top movies. There's a movie called Secondhand Lions that I really adore. I also love Pirates of the Caribbean, the first one. I love Disney's Hercules. Even though it's Heracles, yeah, I know. Go ahead and make your jokes. There's an Indian movie called Three Idiots is one of my top films. It's a Wonderful Life is one of my top films. So there's some examples for you. Do you like The Wizard of Oz? Who the hell doesn't like The Wizard of Oz? Like, what kind of weirdo doesn't like The Wizard of Oz? Do you like dinosaurs? Same answer. What kind of weirdo doesn't like dinosaurs? If I didn't like dinosaurs, I wouldn't have this little gumball machine brontosaurus on my shelf. You like Aladdin? Yeah, I love that movie. It's great. Hey, Mythology Guy, it's me, Emma. Hello, Emma. Emma Bowen, right? Here's my question. Do you think Lucifer also has a threefold form like God? It would make sense since he has three very used names, Lucifer, Satan, Devil. And some people also consider Samael to be Lucifer. So, yeah, there are a lot of adaptations of the devil that have him like DC Comics has a triumvirate ruling hell. So like Satan, Beelzebub, and someone else. So, it's entirely possible that he could have a threefold thing. Though I always thought the threefold thing is just our own interpretation that people take a little too literally. John O. Ratcliffe, thanks for the $5. Haven't gotten notifications for your channel in a minute. I'm glad you're still alive. Well, we'll see. Because I have been sick all year. I have literally been sick all year. Do you have a favorite Pokemon? My favorite Pokemon are Charizard and Mewtwo. And one day I will remember where I put their amiibos. Is somebody spamming? I'm not even seeing it in the chat. Well, I guess that's the chat moderation working. Hey, Optimus, what's up? Besides the Odyssey, what movies are you looking forward to this year? I don't even know what's coming. Oh, Avengers Doomsday. I hope that's good. I would like it to be good. More Thor content for me, by the way. People keep asking why I didn't do Love and Thunder. And you may have noticed in every Thor video I do, I include an Avengers movie. I currently have no Avengers movie to do with Love and Thunder. So, I had to wait. Holden is... Oh, there's the spamming. Yeah, Holden, knock that off. All right, that is your only warning. Do not spam. Who's your favorite Greek hero? Mine's Heracles. Yeah, that's mine too. I've always loved Heracles. Sorry. Okay, it's okay. There, good. So a lot of the time I tell people to knock it off and they don't knock it off. So yeah. What are the 7 heavenly virtues? Buddhism has what are the 7 heavenly virtues? Shit. They're the opposite of the 7 like origins of suffering. I think one of them is selflessness, another one is honesty. How many books do I have? Bro, ain't nobody got that kind of time. Would you punch Fenrir? No. What? I wouldn't punch a dog. You think I'm going to punch a dog? Do you watch anime? Not currently, but I have seen anime. I watched Death Note. I watched Food Wars. I used to watch Dragon Ball, but I always preferred the manga. Always liked that a lot better. And I need to finish Attack on Titan. I'm still only 2 seasons in. And when I was a kid, I used to watch One Piece, and then I grew up and I was like, oh, I should finish that show. And I was like, what the hell do you mean it's still going? And now I don't know if I'm ever going to finish that. Hey, love your videos. Thank you. Pazuzu versus Lucifer. Well, Pazuzu, Lucifer is said to be powerful in a manipulative way, but do we have any stories of him winning a fight ever? He lost to Gabriel. Pazuzu fights a lot, so I'm going to give it to Pazuzu. Ice Age 6 should be coming out this year. Great. Who the hell cares? MCU or Marvel? Are you asking if I prefer the movies or the comics? I mean, I haven't read Marvel comics as religiously as I have DC comics. But considering how much I love the Planet Hulk series and how not done it was in the MCU, I'm going to say the comics. Shrek 5's coming out. Yeah, I'm not excited for that. Did you see the teaser for that? It looked terrible. How's the card game release coming along? I'm currently making a couple of significant changes to it. Yeah, I'm sorry setbacks keep happening. Because I'm just one person, sometimes I notice things I didn't notice a year ago. I'm like, oh shit, we need to fix that now. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to add this stuff in later. Does Sun Wukong have any kids? I think he does. Let me see. Hold on. I'm just going to look it up. I'm not embarrassed about that. I don't know everything. Sun Wukong children. Yeah, he does. There we go. Jidu, Luo Hao, and Yu Beijing. There you go. There you go. It's because they're mentioned in the later novels, and I haven't read those. I read Journey to the West. I haven't read the sequel novels. Lucifer, who's Hades versus Hades, who's a stronger king of hell? Well, Hades is not a king of hell. He is king of the underworld, which is the culmination of Tartarus, Elysium, and Asphodel. But as for who's stronger, again, I'll give it to Hades. I mean, he fought in the Titan War, in Gigantomachy. Yeah, again, Lucifer's never won a fight. I have no reason to think he's particularly strong. And he's been rotting in hell. People keep forgetting hell is a punishment for him, too. He's not having fun down there. Nathan Helfrick, thanks for the $2. If you like Hercules, read Blood of Hercules. All right. If you say so. The Earth is the daughter of the sun and moon. It depends on what mythology we're talking about, because it definitely isn't in Greek. Definitely not. John O. Ratcliffe, thanks for the $5. 7 virtues are prudence, justice, fortitude, temperance, faith, hope, charity. I have them tattooed on my left rib cage with the 7 winds on my right. That's pretty cool. Well, thank you, John O. Ratcliffe, for listing those out for us. It's amazing because I just recently looked at this when I was scripting the Record of Ragnarok review, and I've already forgotten them. That should tell you something about why I failed school growing up. Derry Dragon, thanks for the $2. Which mythology Godzilla can fit in besides Japan? He could fit in Chinese, honestly. There's a lot of crazy shit in Chinese. He would also fit pretty well in Aztec, I think. Have you heard of Sepactli? That's a big, water-based amphibious crocodile. Kaiju, I meant to say. So yeah, I don't see why Gojira couldn't be in that. I'm a mythology fan. Please say hi. No. I technically said it. Zeus or Odin? In what way? Who would win in a fight, or who would I rather smash? If we're talking smash, I'll go with Odin. People don't seem to have as bad end results with that. And if we're talking fight, I will also pick Odin, because sometimes Odin fights people and they live. He has a battle of knowledge every day with Vafthrudnir. Selene or Chang'e? Okay, so for people who don't know, Selene is the Greek titan of the moon. Chang'e is the Chinese goddess of the moon. I will go with Selene because Chang'e is trapped on the moon and doesn't get to be with her husband, and that's depressing. Selene does not have this issue. Do you still think the card game will come out in February? I don't know, man. Honestly, me being sick for 2 weeks really fucked with things. You don't look good. Are you okay? Thanks. No, I am sick, so that makes sense. David Powell, thanks for the $5. If you stumbled upon Artemis in a forest while she was bathing, what would you do to convince her not to kill you? What would I do? I would apologize. I would say, sorry, didn't know you were here. I was just out for a walk. And I would be averting my gaze while I said that. And I would hope that she just has the decency to not kill me. What else can you do? When you fuck up, it's not even my fuck up. You know, I'm out for a walk. She's bathing in the middle of the woods. Like, somebody's going to walk up, all right? If she does something, she's the asshole. That's all I can do. What else can I do? I would just say, sorry, didn't know you were there. I'm just out for a walk. What do you want from me? You know, whenever I'm usually out for a walk with Wilda, so odds are she'd be there with me, and hopefully Artemis would be like, all right, you got a girl with you. Like, sexist bitch. Pimp Demon, thanks for the donation. Would you rather screw the Greek god of the dead, god of dead people, or the god of death? Okay, so I think you're asking would I rather fuck Hades or Thanatos? Well, I'm not gay, so I don't want to fuck either of them. Like, I mean, so I have to fuck one of them? Well, shit. Well, I don't want Persephone turning me into a mint tea, so I guess I'll pick Thanatos. I'm still not going to enjoy it. Does Athena hate men, or did she just swear off men for romance? If Athena hated men, she wouldn't have helped Heracles, Odysseus, and Daedalus. So she definitely doesn't hate men. I think she just sees romance as a distraction, so she's just not into it. Do you play Undertale? No, I played it once. I wasn't really into the gameplay style. But since I do know it is mythical, I'll probably stream it at some point for you guys. Happy 6th anniversary. Thank you. What is the scariest Japanese yokai? Scariest? Okay, that's a tough question. What's the scariest? I think one of the scariest is definitely Oiwa-san. She's the woman whose face got more and more deformed because, like, her nurse was literally poisoning her because she wanted her husband. So, it got to the point where, like, she became a wraith after death, and her face was apparently so hideous and so fucked up that when she haunted her husband, it drove him insane and drove him to accidentally kill his new wife and her mother. If you think about it, that's got to be pretty goddamn scary to provoke that kind of reaction and to be unable to escape it. Like, wherever he went, he saw her face in every lantern as he passed her by. Another one is probably the Nuribatok, the creature with its eyeballs hanging out of its head. And the reason I attribute scariness to it is it spends all its time trying to jump scare people to the point where it can literally scare their soul out of their body. You gotta be pretty damn scary to do that. But I'm sure there's scarier examples. Those are just the examples I can think of. John O. Ratcliffe, thanks for $2. I know you're Myth Guy. What about Resident Evil, though? I've never played it. Honestly, I've never played Resident Evil. It was, my parents didn't get me horror games as a kid. They didn't even let me play God of War as a kid. Well, my dad didn't. I don't think my mom would have given a shit. She got me Mortal Kombat. Because she knew how much I liked it. But, you know, horror games weren't really a thing in my house. So I didn't play Resident Evil. I didn't play Silent Hill growing up, unfortunately. The only horror game I had, I don't even remember what it was called. It was a demo on a demo disc, and it annoyed the shit out of me because I didn't know where I was supposed to go. I remember being really annoyed with it. The first full-fledged horror game I ever owned was a mythology horror game called Legendary. You can look it up. Just look up like Legendary, like the video game, and to differentiate it, it's got like pictures of griffins and werewolves on the cover. And it is a bad game, by the way. I thought it was going to be so cool, but it's a pretty bad game, unfortunately. Ultra Knights, thanks for the donation. Would you ever cover the Danish animated movie Valhalla? I mean, I probably would when I'm done with all the big stuff, because that would probably get about 10,000 views. Have you played the Assassin's Creed games? Yeah, almost every single one of them. I was going to review Assassin's Creed Shadows, but it was just such a absolute chore to play and took me so long to finish. By the end, I just didn't want to talk about it anymore. It was, that game sucks. I'm sorry. It's a bad game. Attack on Titan's pretty good. You should continue One Piece. The first season ended with 1,100 chapters. See, you're not making a case. I really don't want to watch it because it's too damn long. Bullseyes, thanks for the donation. Hercules or Thor, who would win? I often say Hercules. Heracles, by the way. Because I think Heracles has more natural strength than Thor does. I dare say Heracles could lift the hammer without the gauntlets, which Thor cannot. Do you think a reaction to Epic the Musical would be possible? I refer you to earlier in this video. Scapegoat, thanks for the donation. Hey, Zeus has a wait, hold on. Zeus has a javelin like Master Bolt. Hades is Bident and Poseidon's trident. I like to think that indicates their power level. Like Zeus is number 1, Hades is 2, and Poseidon is 3. You mean because that's what their weapons are shaped like? That's a funny way to look at it, honestly. Gauntlets and belts, you're technically right, yes. Hold on. What does that say? Does hell actually have 9 rings in the Bible, or is it just a boring realm of fire and darkness? I know there are 9 circles of hell in Dante's Inferno. I actually don't know if it says that in the Bible. I'd have to check. John O'Radcliffe, thanks for another $5. I will pay to see you play Resident Evil 4 or 5 or the 23 remake very first time. They're both absolute masterpieces. Okay, maybe in the future I'll stream it. If you're willing to pay me to do it, sure. Look, if I do the stream, pop in the stream and do a super chat. That can be your way of doing it. Give $1 and you'll have fulfilled your oath. Please do an inaccuracy on Kid Icarus Uprising. You know, that gets asked for a lot, so at some point, probably. No, it doesn't have rings in the Bible. I will take your word for it. Have you seen Ninjago? No. I'm not really interested, to be honest with you. Cerberus or Fenrir as a pet? Cerberus. 3 dogs is better than 1. Dumb question, but did you see my game suggestion? No. Post it again. The best God of War game by gameplay. Oh, Ragnarok. That's easy. I like the gameplay in that the most. Sorry. Can you do an inaccuracy video on Kingdom Hearts? No. Because it's not adapting any myth. What do you want me to do? Just talk about the Hercules world? Talk about Olympus Coliseum? Like, I already... That's just adapting the Disney Hercules movie. I already did a video on that. You want me to just say the same shit again? Like, what do you think I'm going to say that's going to be different? I mean, I guess, yeah, there's a Mulan world, but, like, I'd rather just do a video on Mulan, which I kind of already did. What's the lore of the Triumvirate of Hell in DC Comics? I don't know all the lore. I know it plays a role in the Constantine comics. Neko Boy, thanks for the $2. You did an ARA for me once. Meant to pay for it. Okay, cool. Well, you're welcome. Chi-Chi, thanks for the $5. Pirithus, I want to kidnap the queen of the underworld. Hades, hey, no one kidnaps my wife. Except me. That's kind of funny. Actually, that could make for a funny video. Apollo or Helios? Well, Apollo is god of more things, so I'll say Apollo. But it is really cool that Helios is sometimes depicted with the sun as his head. I do dig that. I have a question about the 31 realms in Buddhism. What are they? You want me to list all 31... Or no, wait, sorry, that's not what you asked. Are they considered universes? Well, I think it's just different layers of realms, kind of. Like the way they often depict Naraka is having lower and lower realms and tiers. Like, I think mainly you're supposed to think of it as they're layered on top of each other, as different realms of reality. I don't know if it's supposed to be parallel universes. I don't think that's the case. Helios has such a cool name. He does. Veneer or Aesir? Aesir, because we know who the hell they are. We know who maybe 4 or 5 of the Veneer are. It's such a pain in the ass to find info on the Veneer. Can you do a vid on the original God of War games? I've done inaccuracy vids on every single one. What do you want from me? Do you mean just some sort of discussion or something? Is that what you're talking about? Why do Indians get so pissy when we call their mythology mythology? Because then they think we're calling it fake. And that's not exclusive to Indians. Christians get really mad when I call Christianity mythology too. It's anyone currently people have literally gotten mad at me for calling Egyptian mythology mythology. It's anyone who's currently practicing a religion does not want you to call it a mythology because they consider that to be you calling it fake. That's just how it is. Are you okay? Yeah, okay, people are noticing that I sound or look sick. I am sick. That's how I am. I already answered favorite color. I'm not going to answer the same questions multiple times because I'm trying to answer a lot of people's questions. Rougarou versus werewolf. I actually don't know what a Rougarou is. Sorry about that. Can you do Saint Seiya? That's been asked for multiple times, so at some point, sure. Will you do an inaccuracy video on the what books? Well, I'll just tell you right now, I don't do inaccuracy videos on books. I'm just not going to do it. Because I don't know how I would do that. Video on, thanks for the $2. Riviera Promised Land, it uses Norse myth in story. Okay, cool. Oh, so you were asking for the Percy Jackson books. People ask for that a lot, and that would be the shortest inaccuracy video ever because I'd have maybe 2 things per book to point out. Athena versus Huitzilopochtli in a fight. Well, you mean Huitzilopochtli now? He would lose in a second. No one's sacrificing to him. The Aztecs believed that the sun god's power comes from us making sacrifices to him. So he would have fucking nothing right now. Jormungandr versus Fenrir. I'm going to give that to Jormungandr. Jormungandr is bigger and has the toxic breath. So, yeah. Fenrir can't get close without dying, basically. Could you do a video? By the way, thanks for the donation. Could you do a video on Lego Monkey Kid? Eventually. Yeah, eventually I will. Is Ghost Rider based on any myth? Dude, go watch my Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. inaccuracy video. I go over it there. But he's inspired by several things. He has that deal with the devil origin that's based on the tale of Faust. It's a very old story. His role is clearly based on the Headless Horseman, Dullahan, Devil's Bounty Hunter, who rides. And his name is based on the song Ghost Riders in the Sky, which is itself based on the Stampede Mesa, which is a true story. Scapegoat, thanks for the donation. What are your favorite fictional depictions of myths and gods? For example, something like Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones. Well, Lord of the Rings, at least the movies, don't go into the gods at all. And Game of Thrones keeps its gods very vague. So it feels like a bit of a cop-out to say either of those. So that makes it kind of hard to say what's my favorite fictional depiction of gods. Um, God damn it. Favorite fictional depiction of gods. Percy Jackson, there. In the books, not in the show or the movies. All right. Behemoth versus Typhon. Well, the behemoth is a lot more vague. It's like supposed to be the ultimate terrestrial monster. Whereas literally Typhon got defeated by terrestrialness, a mountain. So behemoth could probably win. Favorite Avatar The Last Airbender character? Oh, Zuko. Like, same as everybody else. Have you seen How to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? No, that does get recommended to me a lot, though. Favorite Japanese story? Isenboshi. I love how that's a story of perseverance and not giving up and it paying off. I really love that tale. Have you played Devil May Cry games? You need to go check out our streams over on Zagard's channel. It's a featured channel at the bottom of my channel. Go to Zagard's Den and you will see us play through literally every Devil May Cry game. I wonder if Sun Wukong could kill Kratos since Kratos can apparently come back to life. Well, Sun Wukong could definitely kill Kratos. Would you rather watch all the Percy Jackson movies or watch Halloween Kills and Ends? Oh, Percy Jackson movies. You say all like there's more than two. There's two. Like, you're asking, would I rather watch these two crappy movies or these two worthless piece of shit movies? I'll go with the Percy Jackson movies. Halloween Kills and Ends are two of the worst horror films I've ever seen. Like, not the worst, but they're up there. Like, the worst horror movie I've ever seen is Black Christmas 2019. There's literally nothing good about that. But there's also nothing good about Halloween Ends. So it's hard to... But Black Christmas 2019 is worse because of they have Twitter arguments as most of the script. Who the fuck wants to watch that? John Ratcliffe, thanks for the $5. If you could have the ability to bend from the Avatar universe, which would you... Oh, you mean like bending. Which would I take and why? Airbending. Because I feel like if you get really good like that at that, it's kind of like having telekinesis. You can push stuff to you, push it, throw it back. I'd love to use Aang's little ball and like zoom around. That would be awesome. That'd be a great way to get around, and I wouldn't need to drive or anything. I'd like to say I would love to be able to fly, but, in order to learn to fly, you have to have nothing tying you to the earth, and I have a lot of things tying me to the earth, so wouldn't be able to do that one. But there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with airbending. Mission Silo, thanks for the $2. Ever do anything on Latin American folklore, folk saints? I don't think I've done anything on Latin American folk saints. I've done Mexican mythology like Aztec and Mayan and stuff like that, but I don't think I've done Latin American saints. Sorry. Chi-Chi, thanks for the $5. If not Zendaya, which actress do you think could play Athena the best for the upcoming Odyssey movie? I don't know who the hell would play it the best. I mean, audition people. Don't just offer a celebrity the role. Unless you're certain they can nail it. But, do some auditions. Let's find out who can do it the best. Like, I don't know off the top of my head if... Yeah... I was going to jokingly say Angelina Jolie, but she technically plays Athena in Marvel, I just realized. So that's actually not out of the realm of possibility. I don't know. I just want someone who looks at least 30, 40 would be good. Like, I want someone who looks the same age as Odysseus, please. I'm not too picky as long as, you have the regality and you don't look 15. Hey, Powerful Staraptor, thanks for the donation. Hey, can you tell me who would win Orthrus versus Cerberus? And can you tell me what is the origin of Orthrus? I just know what I know from Wizard 101. Okay, I played Wizard 101 for about an hour when I was a kid. Well, more like a preteen. Okay, Orthrus, same origin as Cerberus. They both popped out of echidna. And who would win? Cerberus. He is bigger and has one more head. You know? Who's going to win, the two-headed dog or the three-headed dog? I'm going to say the three-headed dog. Hi to you too. Who would win, Kratos and Mimir or Zagreus and the Monkey King? Zagreus and the Monkey King. In fact, without Zagreus, the Monkey King wins. The end. I didn't know you were alive. Well, now you do. I'm sorry if the camera's shaking a lot. It's my phone on a stand and I'm leaning against the table, so I lean and the phone shakes. Do you like the Illyrian Empire? Because I'm Albanian. I mean, I have nothing against it, but I don't really know anything about it, so sorry about that. When do you think the Lycaean art lore video... Oh my god, I didn't put that up. I just realized. Oh my god, that's got to be like 2 months late at this point. Thank you for reminding me. I forgot I didn't do that. I'm such an idiot. I don't know why you guys watch me, but thank you for watching me. Oh, God. Cratera Rampage, thanks for the $2. Reaction to Return of the Gods about Incan mythos. Are you talking about the Age of Mythology mod? Yeah, I should do something on that at some point. I'm so happy they're finally officially adding Aztec myth to Age of Mythology. Favorite male Greek god and hero? Same answer to both would be Heracles. No, I just wanted to give you a jokey answer. Heracles is one of my two favorites. My two favorites are Heracles and Hades, god-wise, and hero is Heracles. Not Age of Mythology, it's an upcoming animated series. Oh! I didn't know that. Oh, that's cool. Any good Roman myths you like? I do like the Tale of Lupa with Romulus and Remus. That's an exclusive Roman story. So, yeah, there you go. I also like the tale of Hestia's donkey. I believe that's actually started in Rome. Will you make a video on the gods of Slavic mythology? I have made 3. But you're right, I should do more. I did a video on Perun. I did a video on Morzana. Oh, Baba Yaga's not a god, so I have done 2. Do you know any Turkish mythology or Tengri? I literally have only made 1 Turkish mythology video, I think. It's about the suitors of Sarakis. So that's the one. So, yeah. No problem, man. Everyone makes mistakes. What's the weirdest mythical creature you've ever come across? I get asked this a lot. It would be the Shirime. I don't know if it's Shirime or Shirime, but Shirime from Japanese mythology. It is I've done a video on this. It's like a Slender Man looking guy in that he has no face and he's completely pale white and bald. His whole body is pale white, but he doesn't wear a suit. He's naked. And when he sees someone, he bends over and spreads his butt cheeks. And instead of a butthole, he has an eye where his butthole should be. And he just shows everyone his booty hole eye when he encounters them. That's literally all he does. So yeah, that is the weirdest mythical creature I've ever encountered in mythology. Kim Rogers, thanks for the $2. Hey, just wondering, is Elden Ring Libra Baphomet? Is Baphomet in Elden Ring? I haven't played Elden Ring. Or are you asking me if a character named Libra is supposed to be Baphomet? In which case I don't know because I haven't played Elden Ring. Sorry about that. Which of the 3 Halloween movie timelines had the lowest low? All right, so the 3 timelines you're saying are original, H2O, and 2018. Hey, Season of the Witch counts as a separate timeline. 2018, because Halloween Ends is the worst Halloween movie ever. So that would be the lowest low. Like, come on, what's worse than Halloween Ends? Like, I swear, it's like, I know there's a movie with fucking Tyra Banks and the dude going trick or treat, motherfucker, but I would rather watch that. At least that's funny, you know? What would you rather watch, like, with a group of friends and booze? You would rather watch Halloween Resurrection, right? The trick or treat motherfucker one. Like, that's at least funny to watch with friends. You're not gonna have fun watching Halloween Ends. You're all gonna sit there bored off your asses waiting for something to happen. He has a deep stare. Oh, do I? Insert card game question here. Yeah, I already talked about that earlier. Can you do every inaccuracy in God of War Valhalla? That is one of the 7 videos I'm trying to get done this year. So, yeah, I'll tell you what a few of them are. I'll just tell you guys what a few of them are. Thanks for being in the 6th-year anniversary stream. Epic the Musical is one, obviously. The Million Subscriber video is another. Record of Ragnarok Season 2 is another. God of War Valhalla is another. That's 4 of them. Moana is another one. A full proper review on Percy Jackson Season 1 is another. And I believe the 7th was Aladdin. Or no. The 7th was the Hercules TV show. There you go. I still do want to do Aladdin, but these 7 are like ones I really want to get finished. All right, did I miss a donation? No. Okay, it's been almost an hour. Don't worry, I'm not wrapping up. I just want to answer the Patreon questions, and I'll get back to you guys. Let me answer the questions from the Patreon people. Please don't make any donations. I don't want to miss them. So let me answer the Patreon people. Titan313 says, who would win, Fenrir or Typhon? Oh, okay. I'll give that one to Typhon. I think Typhon is bigger, and he's immortal. Fenrir is not. So, unless Fenrir is going to throw a mountain at him, which I don't see how he would do, I think Typhon takes that one. So, yeah. Okay. Oh, it looks like he asked that 2 months ago. I'm sorry it took me so long to get to that one, Titan. All right. Geely's also 2 months ago. How did I not see these at the last Q&A? Jesus Christ. All right, Geely's says, or did I don't remember if I answered this or not, so I'm going to answer it now. What are some examples of monsters in the Greek deck at launch besides Typhon, his offspring, and the Gorgons? Okay, so you just eliminated a lot of examples. Monsters in the Greek deck that are not offspring of Typhon. Well, automatons, Scylla and Charybdis, sirens, harpies, shades. There's some examples for you. Those are all in the Greek deck and not children of Typhon and Echidna, and they are not Gorgons. Have you solved the problem of the ability of the Hades helmet and Nemean Lionhide? Will they be available for launch or not? Gillies remembers everything I've ever said about the card game. I have an idea for how to fix it, but they're not necessarily going to be in the launch deck. I think they're going to be in the first Greek expansion is what's going to happen. So sorry about that. It's also because there's such different types of equips that it would kind of unbalance the game if I had those in the Greek deck at launch. I need similar equips that completely change character abilities in the other decks first. And I have some ideas for some. Like, I have a really cool idea for Tyrfing and Skofnung in the Norse deck, and some stuff like that I think is going to make things really interesting. What is the ability of Prometheus and Pallas in the game? Okay, so since Prometheus was the giver of fire in mythology, Prometheus's ability is he can turn your other units into fire-type units. So he's really good for a fire-based strategy in a deck. If you have Prometheus on the field, once per turn, you can turn another one of your units into a fire-type unit. It's, because, he gave people fire, so the idea is he's giving them fire. You get it? Pallas, since he's the Titan of Battle, there are some units in the game that can stop units from attacking. those abilities don't work on Pallas. When he attacks, there's no way to stop it because he's the Titan of Battle. So there you go. Have you considered adding centaurs to the game? They're in the game. That's another example right there. What race would they be? Monsters. Would they be warriors like Chiron? No, I have the basic centaur unit as a monster and Chiron as a warrior. The reason I did that is because they are described as having very different nature in mythology. They were also born completely differently. So I think it's fair for me to make the centaurs monsters and Chiron a warrior. So, you know, that's how it works. And that's Gillies' questions, all card game related. Awesome. I will also answer this in writing just in case he doesn't see this on the video. Is this a Q&A question? No, it is not. All right. So next up we got John Zatanna. Hey, Mythology Guy. First of all, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Thank you. I myself celebrated how Superman flew all the Jews out of Egypt. Hey, Friends references. I love Friends. You're just making me want to pull out my little Joey. Look at my little Joey with his little pizza slice. Yay. That's my favorite show, by the way. Who do you think would win in a fight? Judas Iscariot or Judah the Maccabee? Okay, so... Wow, really got obscure reference with that question, huh? Okay, so I'm going to challenge myself here and not look up who those characters are because I think I know who they are. Judas Iscariot is the apostle who betrayed Jesus, if I recall correctly. Judah the Maccabee was a famous priest and revolutionary, I believe. So I'm going to give it to Judah the Maccabee because Judah the Maccabee actually, I believe, fought in a revolution. Whereas Judas Iscariot was an apostle who ratted on Jesus. So I'm giving it to Judah on that one. You guys are welcome to prove me wrong, however. One more question. Who are the translators of your copies of the Iliad and Odyssey if it's not troublesome? No, it's not troublesome. Let's get the book. Donald Duck pajamas. Hey, hey. All right. Who translated this? Of all the creatures. It doesn't say it on the cover, so let me... here we go. Translated by Samuel Butler. There you go. And I imagine that's for both. So there you go. There's the answer. Thank you for being a Patreon supporter. And thank you to everyone else who is. All right, we got 2 more Patreon supporter questions here. So let's see. We got a bigger one from Lassie Ehrenreich, who is a very long-time supporter, as is John Zatanna, by the way. Just curious... Q&A questions. Just curious why you didn't do Q&As in the last few months. I'm not mad. I just hope nothing bad happened to you. I did too do Q&As in the last few months. Let me look right now. Hold on. Hold on a minute. Yeah, here. I did a Q&A in early December, which was because so the last few Q&As were late. The September one wasn't late, but the October one was late. I did that one in early November, but I still did it. Then the November one was late. I did that one in early December. And then the December one is happening now. So I did them all late, but I still technically did one every month except technically October. But I've still done a Q&A video for every month. So, yeah, I did them, Lassie. I didn't miss them. They're there. They're there. Okay. Happy New Year. And since it's going to be your birthday this month, I wish you a happy early birthday. Ah, you remembered. Thank you very much. But yes, to answer your question, if something bad happened to me, it's just, you know, the holidays are complicated, and then I immediately got sick afterwards. What would you do if you discovered you were the Messiah in a secret religion dedicated to the Care Bears and it turns out to be the one true faith of the universe. Well, I would wish I had watched more Care Bears growing up, because I would have no goddamn idea what to do. And I would wonder, how in the freaking hell am I the Messiah in a Care Bears universe? I don't even like the Care Bears. Well, I would go start watching the Care Bears, because I'd be like, well, this is reality. We gotta adjust. We gotta figure it out. And then I would incorporate Care Bears into my videos and be like, guys, we need to get on brand with the Care Bears. You don't want to get the Care Bear air glare, do you? The Care Bear death stare. Oh, Holy Warrior Michael just donated $5. All right, good thing I caught that. Gonna answer this. Is Thor stronger and more powerful than Zeus and Poseidon because 2 of their powers are limited and 3 of them cannot fly? You gotta remember, like, these, like, people making these mythologies weren't planning on us power scaling them all. The only time a god power scaled with other gods that I know of was the story of Moses, where, like, you know, our god had to prove he was better than all the Egyptian gods. I don't think Thor as a whole is more powerful. I think he just has a more powerful weapon, personally. And there's nothing saying Zeus can't fly. I don't know if he's who you were referring to. Oh, KY Commando, thanks for the $5. Are you going to do a video on the ghosts from Phasmophobia? Especially recently, there's a ton of ghost types rooted in mythology and around the world. I mean, I've never seen Phasmophobia, so it's hard to say if that would happen anytime soon. I mean, I'm a lot more likely to do another Pokemon video talking about their ghosts before I do that. So, I don't think that would be anytime soon, unfortunately. Again, I'm trying to get the big 7 done right now. Not that I'm not trying to do anything else at all, but, like, those are my main focuses. Have you heard of the French legend where a dog avenges its owner in a duel to the death? The duel is officially sanctioned by the French king. You know, that sounds familiar. I think someone recommended that before, but I don't know if that's a mythical thing I could talk about, but it's a very funny story. If both God and the devil showed up to you and declared that you're going to be the new ruler of hell, how would you feel? What the fuck? I would feel extremely taken aback and be like, wait. Can I ask some questions, please? And then if I was going to rule hell, I would want it to be focused on, like, redemption. I would want... I guess I'd want to be like Lucifer at the end of Lucifer, you know? I'd want people to come to terms with why they're there, what got them there, and how they can be better. Billy Owen, thanks for the donation. Who would win, Scylla or Amphisbaena? Why am I forgetting who Amphisbaena is? Amphisbaena is the 2-headed snake. Scylla! There's nothing saying Amphisbaena is particularly huge, and it only has 2 heads. Scylla is enormous and has 6 heads. I give the point to the one with the more heads. Even if Amphisbaena's 2 heads are dangerous, Scylla could have 2 heads fight those 2 heads, while the other 4 heads circle around and just, you know. Ka, thanks for the donation. Mythology Guy, what's your favorite god from each mythology? I actually said this earlier in the stream, so you can go back to that. Lightning round. Hades, Anubis, Loki, Mictlantecuhtli, the Sun Wukong, Hachiman, Kali, the Dagda. There you go. Coyote is another one. Kim Rogers, thanks for the $5. Me again. I see these names thrown around a lot, yet I know nothing about them. Lucifer, Baphomet, and Beelzebub. Are they the same person? Or are they powerful? No, they are separate people. They are separate princes of hell. There are some stories saying there are 6 or 7, depending on the story, princes of hell. And Baphomet and Beelzebub are some of the other princes. They're associated with Satan a lot because he's also a prince of hell. And because since they are partial rulers of hell, sometimes people think we're talking about like Satan or Lucifer when we talk about Baphomet or Beelzebub. So, but there are other like princes of hell. Name coming soon. Thanks for the $5. If Death Battle did more mythology characters in the future, which matchups would you be interested in seeing? Zeus versus Odin is a popular one. Yeah, Zeus versus Odin would be very good for sure. I would be interested to see Heracles versus Thor. That would be a good one. I would be interested to see Loki versus Hermes. One of them versus Coyote would also be cool. Sun Wukong versus Hanuman would be cool. They'll never do it because they don't want to piss off the Indian people. The Dagda versus Odin would be another good one. Perrin versus Thor would be amazing. Veles versus Loki would be cool. Vritra versus Jormungandr would be cool. There's some examples for you. Osiris versus Hades would also be cool. Who do you think has the best beard, you or Jesus? Well, I haven't met Jesus. I haven't seen him in real life, so I don't know what kind of beard he's rocking. For all I know, he could have the most curly, incredible, beautiful mustache that curls all the way in on itself, and a beautiful curly beard with like braids in it and little ornaments hanging in a birdhouse. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and do the Christian thing and not claim to have a quality that is better than the literal Son of God. So I'm going to say I think Jesus has the better beard. Thank you, Lassie, for your lovely questions. All right. Last one is from Soaring Rock. I'll do a refresh at the end just to make sure there isn't a brand new one that I'm missing. Okay, so from Soaring Rock. Oh, this is a long one. Hi, Andrew. I hope you had a good new year besides being sick, which I hope you are feeling better. I am better. I'm still not 100%, unfortunately. Last live stream, you mentioned that Asgard is also destroyed during Ragnarok. How does that happen in the sources? I know the Bifrost Bridge is destroyed by the fire giants, but I am unclear on how Asgard itself falls. Yeah, it's not 100% clear in the myths either. They specifically say that the Surt and the sons of Muspel, the fire giants, ride across the Bifrost Bridge, destroying it. And then, it's like subtly hinted to that Surt's flames are what destroys Asgard. Like, either I always assume that he destroys Asgard when he rides across the Bifrost Bridge and fucking destroys it, like, because like the other giants can't cross the Bifrost Bridge because it will incinerate them, but the fire giants can because they're fire giants. You can't incinerate them. So that's actually a fun little piece of logic that's in Norse mythology. They don't directly say that, but that's kind of obviously why. So I always, because like it's kind of subtly like stated that Surt's flames destroy Asgard, because like later myths describe the gods reuniting at Asgard, and there's nothing left. There's just a field called Idavolur, which I briefly mentioned in my Ragnarok Inaccuracy video. Idavolur is where they will rebuild Asgard, it says, into a new place for the gods. Now, I believe there is one version like of what Snorri says that suggests Idavolur or Gimle or something could be in Alfheim. But then there are also some interpretations of the myth that say Alfheim is directly connected to Asgard. It's so complicated. But I also remember, I think I read a story where it specifically said they go to the fields of Idavolur, the one part of Asgard that was spared from Surt's flames. So that there, right, indicates that Surt's flames are what destroyed it. I don't know if they destroyed it, if he rode across the bridge and just destroyed Asgard while it was empty because the gods were sailing to Vigridr, or if his explosion that destroyed Midgard also destroyed Asgard. It could be one or the other. But basically, my deduction is it was Surt. He burned it down. And like other people have taken it that way too. Like literally in the Marvel prophecy thing, they say Surt will destroy Asgard, and that's because Surt destroys everything. In my book, I shift Thor slightly by changing his motivation rather than his role. He protects mortals because he genuinely values each individual life. That sounds kind of like Thor. Kim Rogers, thanks for the $2. You got me interested. Who are the 7 princes of hell? I don't know them all off the top of my head. Just Google it. It'll give you the answer. I got to finish answering Soaring Rock's question. I will say, in some variations, the Leviathan is a prince of hell, and there's a character named Paimon, who is a guy like riding a camel. He's one of the rulers of hell in some versions too. So there's another one for you. He protects mortals because he wants to values each individual life, which helps explain why mortals love him so deeply. In one scene, he saves a village from ogres, only to arrive late to save another. He finds a boy in the ruins. As it makes quiet afterwards, it starts to drizzle. I really want to read Soaring Rock's book. This sounds really cool. Thor brings the survivors to a nearby stronghold and tells the ruler to care for them as best they can. Thor teaches the mortals. How many lives did that give me? Thor remains silent. Odin continues, men should fall in battle, not to these insufferable, insignificant creatures. They ought to be dying for me. Oh, so you've got like Thor having like a bit of a conflicting relationship with his father. This is really interesting. Okay, I can't go deep into this whole thing because I have a Q&A to do, unfortunately. I will tell you this, Soaring Rock. This is a really baller freaking story you're writing here, and I think it's going to be a hell of a book when you get it published. Vesile, thanks for the $2. Is there a Ragnarok for Greek mythology? No, there is not. Like people keep lying and saying there is one, but that is an AI generated video. But I will tell you right now, there is no end of days in Greek mythology, and one day I will do a whole video talking about it. Rock Pirate, thank you for the donation. Hey, Mythology Guy, have you seen Gentry Chow versus the Underworld? Oh, this has been recommended before. Or Maya and the Three on Netflix, also been recommended before. Those shows are pretty good myth overall. I unfortunately have not seen either, but they are on my list of things to check out. So yeah, I have heard they are pretty good. Okay, I believe, yep, that's all the Patreon questions. All right, I am fully focused on you guys again. Where is Akil born? I don't know who you're talking about. I'm sorry. Please, I want more Egyptian mythology videos. Okay, I'll do my best. Like, you know, I never wrote off doing more Egyptian mythology videos. Surt versus Typhon. Where'd that go? Who you got in a fight? Is Surt versus Typhon? I'll actually give that one to Surt, because he successfully wiped out the whole world, whereas Typhon did not. And Surt's like a primordial being. He's incredibly powerful. OMG, he noticed me. I love your Percy Jackson series videos. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm happy to see that. A lot of people don't like him. Is Samuel Kong cast of God? I'm sorry, I don't know what you're asking. Happy birthday, man. Well, my birthday is in a week. And we'll do another stream then, because this is technically a very late December stream. I would have done it way earlier, but I've been sick as a motherfucker. So to make up for, you know, we'll still do a stream on my birthday. That'll be the January stream. Sound good? Oh, where was Achilles born? I don't remember. Let's look it up. Let's look it up. I'm just Googling shit. I'm a total cheater. Birth city. Ah, Phthia. Okay. Phthia, Thessaly. That's where he was born. There you go. I'm not surprised I didn't remember that. Phthia. That's hard just to say. Hope you're feeling better. I'm getting there. How is Sun Wukong considered a god? Well, you know, he achieved immortality like 7 different ways. So he is considered a god for that. He also found enlightenment, which is another way to be considered a deity in Asian mythologies. That's how Buddha gets considered to be a god sometimes. The Iliad was basically the story of Achilles. Sources for the full story. I know I just want to read. Sources for the full story is the Iliad. Oh, you mean the full, like, Trojan War and everything that happens in it? I mean, history? I don't know. I mainly just have the Iliad and there's some Greek mythology books like Dulair's Greek Myths that mention it, which is cool. Kaka, thanks for another donation. MG, personally, how do you think Heimdall has 9 mothers? How do I personally think he did? I think Odin banged 9 women, and they all somehow just got in a circle, and they birthed like this little spirit, like, ooze that went into the air, and it all joined together, and poof, Heimdall the baby fell on the ground. There you go. That's how I view it. The power of many, as Disney would say. What's your favorite myth fan book? Percy Jackson. That's a myth fan book. It really is. I believe that the story of the broader Trojan War is told across a bunch of poems called the Epic Cycle, many of which are lost, but other Greeks summarized it. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, Optimus Philip knows where it's at. I know you didn't say you played Elden Ring, but Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, same company, a lot of Japanese mythology. Yeah, it's something I mean to get to as well. You want an accuracy video for that? We can try. We'll see. I won't do an inaccuracy video for Neo because I don't think there's anything to point out, honestly. It's a very mythically accurate game. Like, I don't know what I would point out, to be completely honest with you. It would be really, really superficial shit. Like, oh, there's multiple Wanyudos here, but there was only one in the myths. It would just be shit like that. I like that when it's part of a bigger video, to have like my silly little nitpick moments, but I don't want that to be the whole video if it's nothing but silly little trolling nitpick moments. I don't think that makes for a good video. I think that should be a brief respite joke among a sea of like fun, like properly educational stuff. So I don't know, if Sekiro is as accurate as Neo, then I probably won't do a video. Yeah. At least I wouldn't do an inaccuracy video. Any opinions on why Hera didn't leave Zeus? Because she's the goddess of marriage. It's a bad look. It's a bad look if her marriage doesn't work. What's better, Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones? Lord of the Rings. Game of Thrones isn't even done. Like, you can't be better when you're not finished. Like, and especially, oh, the TV show's finished? Great. The last season was a piece of shit. Like, it was terrible. Opinions on Andor? Oh, it's awesome. Every Star Wars fan should watch Andor. Could Beowulf beat Gilgamesh? That's actually not a bad question. In his prime, maybe. I mean, he tore Grendel's arm off in the fucking nude. Like, he's pretty goddamn powerful. But Gilgamesh could probably outsmart him. Gilgamesh was really smart, in addition to how skilled he was. So, yeah, and if Gilgamesh managed to fight Enkidu the Wild Man to a standstill, he could probably find a way to beat Beowulf. I'll give it to Gilgamesh. Name coming soon. Thanks for another $5. What is a mythology that you think doesn't get enough attention in media compared to Greek, Norse, and Egyptian that have comic characters made out of them? Aztec. I say this all the time. No one ever uses Aztec, and it's awesome. It is such an awesome mythology. It is so prime for all forms of adaptation. Horror, action, epic, like crazy shit going on. Kaiju battles. And like, you know, it could be amazing, but everyone's too scared to touch it because they're afraid of offending people. That's why I'm happy it's coming to Age of Mythology. Kaka, thanks for another donation. Have you seen Vikings? If so, what do you think? No, I've been wanting to watch that, though. Is it on Netflix? I think I saw it on Netflix a little while ago, so not really any big reason why I can't just go ahead and watch it. So, yeah. We are over an hour. I'm going longer today because, you know, anniversary stream. Yay. Man, 6 years doing videos. Thank you all for still being here. I appreciate it. Gilgamesh is also really tall. Well, he was tall for back then. Keep in mind, people were shorter back in the day. They get taller as time goes on. So, since Gilgamesh was thousands and thousands of years before the tale of Beowulf, he'd probably be half his size. There's a guy copying all your videos and just re-uploads them. Yeah, the sketches, right? Yeah, I know. There's a few channels doing that. Here's the thing. I'll care when it becomes significant. It's just... I've seen the channels that are just re-uploading my sketches and putting some stupid little, like, cooking video at the bottom for some reason. Why do you do that? Like, oh, it's transformative now. No, it isn't. Stop that. But it's like, these videos have like 400 views. It's like, am I going to copyright strike that? It's not doing me any harm. If you want to just do that and find no success, that's, you know... I feel like they'll just learn through that it's not going to work out. But I do appreciate you guys telling me about it, by the way. I don't want to come across that I'm not being appreciative. Thank you for telling me that. It is good to know about that. But, yeah, I don't see it as a problem. Maybe it will be later. Maybe I'll wish I had done something, but I just don't care enough. I don't know. Please be on YouTube for 40 more years. I probably will be. Will you guys still watch me when I'm in my 70s? Like, you know, an old man yelling at the clouds, talking about fucking Thor 30. Like, while Chris Hemsworth is still playing the damn character. Just watch 10 episodes of One Piece a day and finish it in 150 days. It's peak absolute cinema of an anime. Here's the thing. I don't want to watch 10 episodes a day. There's so much other stuff I wanted. I don't know. Maybe someday I will. Or maybe I'll just watch... You know they're redoing it again. They're redoing it in two different ways. They're making a, like, Dragon Ball Z Kai version of the show... with the same cast. The poor voice actress doesn't get to retire. And they're also doing a live action one. Maybe I'll just watch the Kai version or something. Have you seen Vinland Saga? No, it's on my list. Thor Love and Thunder, please. Wait for the new Avengers movie to come out. Then I'll do it. Because then I like to give you guys more value. I like to give you, when I do a Thor video... I think it's a fun thing that I do, is every time I do a Thor video, I also tag an Avengers video onto there. So I like to do both. I feel like if I even when I did, like, people were like, okay, do Avengers Endgame and Love and Thunder. I was like, but then it won't be in the right order. And I don't want to start with Endgame. I want to start with the Thor in the Thor thing. So what I did to catch up was I was like, all right, I'll just do a video on Avengers Endgame. And I was like, that's not good enough. So I did Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. too. Like, I like my... you know, Thor Marvel videos to, like, be two things in one. I think it's fun that way. It makes me feel like I have my own little version of, like, a Marvel end credits scene. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll do One Piece at some point. It's just not right now. Best mythology besides Greek. For me, it's Japanese. I love how crazy Japanese is. You never know what the fuck's gonna happen in Japanese myth. Who in mythology could beat Wukong? Buddha. He literally did. That's what happened. Also Hanuman, because he's the same character, but in Indian myth, where, like, the gods are on a whole nother level. So I would say Hanuman probably could. Shiva. Like, Shiva beat Hanuman, so there you go. And it's so weird because he beat him, but Hanuman's also one of his avatars. Hinduism is crazy, man. Favorite painting in Greek mythology. Also, what do you think of Ovid's writings? Ovid's writings are definitely well done. Like, the amount of influence they've had, like, you can't deny that he knew what he was doing. But, I don't like that people act like they're the only version. That's the one detriment to it. Favorite painting in Greek myth is hard. Does the Sistine Chapel count? That's like a mixture of Christianity and Greek myth. Can I count that? I love, here, I'm going to specifically talk about a Greek part. I love the part of the painting where Charon is whacking people with an oar. I just find that hilarious. But yeah, that's a good one. My favorite ever actually would be, no, here, I got a better one for you, but the problem is I don't know the name of it. I was at this Greek ruin a long time ago, and they had a ceiling mural depicting all 12 labors of Heracles. It was gorgeous. It was so gorgeous that I wish I remembered what the ruin was called so that I could look it up or something. But it was amazing. Can you describe Kratos for me? You want me to describe Kratos from Greek mythology? Okay, nothing like the video games, just so you know. Kratos in Greek mythology is the son of the Titan Pallas and the primordial goddess Styx. She's the goddess of the river Styx. So he's the son of a Titan and a primordial, so he's very powerful. He is the god of power and strength. Yes, Heracles is also god of strength. There are often multiple gods for the same thing. And he has 3 siblings. Bia, the goddess of force. Nike, you may have heard of her, goddess of victory. And Zealous, goddess of jealousy. That's where we get zealous from, the word zeal. So they were kind of neutral, but after the gods defeated the Titans, Styx, because her children were children of a Titan, she was terrified Zeus would do something to her kids, so she said, listen, Zeus just knocked the Titans out of power. You 4 go swear loyalty to him now. And they did. And because they were the very first to swear loyalty to Zeus, Zeus was like, oh, I like this. You guys are going to be my main 4 enforcers. Enforcers. That's funny. And that's why there's a lot of iconography of Zeus with Nike in his right hand, because she was like his right hand goddess. And like Zealous doesn't really do anything, but Kratos and Bia are like Zeus's hey, go get this for me characters, or like go tell these people I'm about to fuck him up. Like they're the ones who fetched Prometheus when it was time for him to be punished and shit like that. So that's their role, basically. Kratos and the God of War games, completely different character. Could Grendel beat Enkidu? I don't think so. I think Enkidu is way more wild than Grendel. Hey, if Enkidu gets access to church bells, he can drive Grendel crazy, because Grendel does not like church bells. Yes, I have played Devil May Cry. Go to the Zagger's Den YouTube channel and you will see us play all of the games. All 5 of them. And yes, Kratos also means power in Greek mythology. Kratos is just Zeus's goon. Yeah, he literally is. And he taunts Prometheus when he's being tortured. Like, he's kind of an asshole also. Like, that's why the creators of God of War called their character Kratos, was because they knew that word meant power. They actually didn't even know there was a god named Kratos. How to beat Grendel EDM. Chaos got canceled. Did you hear? I'm so sad. I did hear. And that makes me not trust Netflix at all, by the way. Because I don't know if you guys remember, anyone who was watching Chaos, when that shit came out, Netflix was proudly posting it on their front page going, this is the #1 show right now. Everybody's watching it. It's so successful. It's an absolute banger. Best show we have right now. Most successful show we have right now. And then they cancel it. So one of 2 things happened. And either way, it makes me not trust Netflix anymore. Either Netflix fucking lied, because they definitely did. Why would you cancel one of your best performing shows? You wouldn't. Or 2, they just made one of the stupidest, most nonsensical decisions ever. They literally did cancel one of their best performing shows. Just like, oh, this is doing amazing, everyone loves it. Can it? We don't need to do more of that. So Netflix are either liars or idiots. Which they're already both. Come on. So that sucks. I would have liked to see Chaos continue. I actually liked it. I thought it was fun. It was so good. Yeah, I liked it. You can watch my video on it if you want my thoughts. They couldn't get Jeff Goldblum back, maybe? It's Zeus. You can say takes different forms. If there's any characters that are easy as fuck to recast, it's deities. Like, you could, especially with the way season 1 ended, you could say that Jeff Goldblum was never his true form. It was him being laid back. But now that shit's going down, he has to revert to his more, I need to get shit done form. And so, if you can't get Jeff Goldblum back, just cast someone else. Even though I liked Jeff Goldblum as Zeus, I would be bummed that they have to recast him, but I would get it. You're not going to cancel the whole show just because you can't get Jeff Goldblum back. Well, if you are, you're stupid. Netflix. I'm talking about Netflix. Kratos also means nation or state in Greek. I believe you. I already answered the inaccuracy on Prince of Egypt thing. Hey, Master Messer here. I'm making a fantasy book. In the story, there are jungle elves believing in Aztec religion. Can you give me some creative ideas? Elves believing in Aztec religion? Huh. That's very interesting, actually. Here's an idea. How about this is... I mean, I don't know if you want them to be Norse elves or like some Aztec version, but here's what came to my head. It's post-Ragnarok, so the elves didn't have a home anymore, and they didn't have gods to worship anymore, so they, ran off. They left the Norselands, not knowing that the remaining gods were gonna rebuild everything, and they went to the Americas, and in the Americas, they found this religion no one was worshiping anymore, but the gods were still around. So they start worshiping the Aztec gods. You could have an interesting dynamic there as a result. So that could be cool. Netflix is very soulless and corporate-minded. No argument there. Are you still going to do a chaos and accuracy vid? Yeah. Just it's not on my top 7 priority list right now. But I will do one. Just like I'll do a Twilight of the Gods one, even though I'm pretty sure that show got canceled too. Never trust the knife-eared elves. Will you do an inaccuracy video for Immortals Phoenix Rising? Yes, but that's going to take a long time because there is a lot to go over in that game. They actually get a lot right, which I really love about that game. What I hate about that game is the fucking store, Ubisoft. When's the card game coming out? I'm working on it. I don't know what else to tell you. I'm one man. Would you actually mind if Rick Riordan wrote a trilogy that focused on the Mesopotamian gods with Tiamat being the overarching villain? Mind? I would love that. Why wouldn't I? Hey, Mythology guys. Sorry if someone already asked this. I tuned in just a bit ago, but if not, would you like to play Kratos or other gods in live-action Amazon God of War show? No, because I think I don't fit that character at all. I think I would be terrible, and I would be thinking that the whole time, so I would not enjoy playing him. I would be asking every day, why the fuck did you cast me in this? Here's the thing. If they ask me, do you want to be in a God of War show as not Kratos, like some other character, I'd be like, hell the fuck yeah! I would absolutely adore to be in this show. Please put me in. I don't care who you make me. I'll get killed in one episode if you want me to. But, whatever. But don't make me Kratos. Look at me. Do I look like Kratos? Can you imagine me? Look at me. I look ridiculous. This is not going to work. I'm blonde. Come on. This is never going to work. Never going to work. I don't have the manliness to play Kratos. My fucking, pizza belly over here. It's never going to work. But maybe someone else would be cool. Maybe if you really wanted to stretch things and I spent a lot of time prepping, maybe I could do Mimir. It would be a very different looking Mimir, but I think it would be more acceptable than me playing Kratos. No, I mean, would you like to play Kratos or another god? Oh, so just like a deity in the show. Well, based on what I just said, you probably know the answer to that. Let's just test it. Say boy. Boy. That's the best I can do. Boy. Boy! See, it doesn't sound right, does it? Have you ever read Golden Ass? No. I never heard of that. Golden ass. You could play Thor. Oh, I'd love that. That would be fun. You know, I think the pizza belly could actually work for that. I would want to try to build some more muscle first, though. I would say they'd be like, "Hey, you want to play Thor?" And I would be like, "Can I have like, 6 months to work out like a motherfucker?" And if they said yes, I'd be like, "All right, I think we can make this work." And also, during those 6 months, I'm gonna grow the beard like really long. I think that would be the way to do it. God, it would be such a pain to have a beard that long, but I would do it for the role. Do you think dragons could have existed due to the fact that they're in so many mythologies? No. We would have found something, is the thing. We would have found something. And something you need to remember is they're wildly different in all of those mythologies. A lot of the time, they just look like giant serpents, which is very reasonable. Like, dragon is a word we kind of assign to that stuff. Like, because some people are thinking, oh, well, they called them dragon in China. No, they called them long in China. That's what they called them, long. And then the people who spoke English met, and they went, what's a long? And they point to a picture, and they went, oh, like a dragon. And they went, yeah, if that's what you call it, And in Aztec myth, it's called a feathered serpent. It's literally a fucking serpent. But we're like, oh, that's the closest thing you have to a dragon, so we'll call that a dragon. And, it's, like the Greeks have draken, but again, that's because, white European people, influenced each other. You ever watch the show Supernatural? Not yet. I will at some point, and I'll do videos on it. Hercules or Thor, who's better? I already answered that. Real life dragons were actually dinosaurs. Yeah, that's the closest thing we have. Mythology guy, I mean, who would you like to play if you got to play in a God of War show? As in, would you cast... Oh, who would I cast? Bro, people always ask me, like, who would I cast in this? Who would I cast in that? I never know. I always just wait for Hollywood to make a decision. And sometimes I go, well, that doesn't make any fucking sense. But a lot of times I go, oh, now that you've made them up and got them in costume, they actually look really good. Like Heath Ledger is the shining example of that. Gal Gadot's another good example. When I heard she was Wonder Woman, I was like, I don't see how that's going to work. And then I saw her and I was like, oh, she looks good. Like... I never know who I would cast in these roles, man. I don't know like a ton of celebrity like lore and stuff like that. I'm not as good. Just please don't cast Dwayne Johnson as Kratos. I think you would nail Mimir. Thank you. That's very nice. Sorry, I didn't know you already answered that. That's okay. People came in at different points. I'm just trying not to repeat myself too much. Dragons are real. There are Komodo dragons. Yep, point taken. And there are dragonflies also. So you're right. We do have dragons. Please do a record of Ragnarok Season 3. Let me finish Season 2 first. It's all scripted. I have to record it. And then Shane will edit it. It'll be ready to go. Yeah. But I will eventually do Season 3. I know people really want more record of Ragnarok inaccuracies, and I'm trying to meet that demand. Is Ladin a dragon in Greek mythology or just a long serpent? Yes and yes. Dragons in Greek mythology are basically big spiky snakes. That's what they are. Like the Colchian dragon is that. And the Ares dragon, whose name I always goddamn forget. What is that one called? Why do I always forget it? Is it the Lernian Hydra? What's the fucking Ares dragon? Dragons. I hate that I always forget this one. In Greek, the one whose teeth became the Spartoi. Yeah. Oh, for God's sake! Dragon of Ares. Ismenian dragon, that's what it is. The Ismenian dragon. That's the one whose teeth, when they were planted in the ground, they became warriors. That one was also basically a big fucking snake. Sorry for the profanity. Why am I apologizing? I swear all the time. The one Cadmus killed. Yes, thank you. I have not seen Maya and the Three. What is the mythology you know the least? Well, there's a few. Like, like I said, I only know like one Turkish story. But like I know some West African mythology, but I don't know any East African, I think, or South African. I don't even know if they have like a big separate mythology. They must, right? They've got to. So that's one I like don't know anything from. I also know like insanely little Finnish mythology. Even though I bought a book, I'm gonna try to look into it more. But yeah, I would say like maybe African myths other than Egyptian and West African. Do you watch Blood of Zeus? I don't know. Why don't you go watch the 3 videos I made on it and then tell me if you think I watched Blood of Zeus. Oh, and also the inaccuracy vids I did on season 1 and 2. Ever watched Campione? No, sorry. What if Sun Wukong married Aphrodite? I don't see why that would even happen. I don't think he's her type. Top 5 or 10 favorite myths. 12 Labors of Heracles, Tale of Isenboshi, Tale of Utgard Loki tricking Thor and Loki, the Kurukshetra War, The Legend of King Arthur. There you go. Those are probably the top 5. I tried to make each one a different mythology. Is he tired or depressed? I can't tell. He's sick. That's what he is. Do you know of a creature in Brazilian mythology called the Caiopora? I'm a Brazilian, and I've never even heard of Brazilian mythology that much. Is it anything like the Curupira? Let me see. No, I don't think this martial art is the right answer. I did a video on the Curupira, if that's what you're talking about. 10 Raccoon, thanks for the $2. Do you know any Iberian Hispanian mythology? No, I'm sorry. You could also put that at the bottom of things I know. You don't even look sick? Thank you. Like, if you look close, I've got like these circles under my eyes and... Oh, my eyes aren't red anymore. They were red earlier. Maybe if I look in the mirror, I don't know. But yeah. I am cold. My ears are plugged up. And I can feel stuff in the back of my nose. And I'm tired. So those are the current symptoms. It was a lot worse earlier, though. But thank you for telling me I don't look sick. I think earlier someone said I look really bad. Well, good morning to you. Thanks. It's 3:43 p.m. for me. I have elves and humanoid inspired by real creature, gray elves, Vikings, deer folk, samurai. Any other ideas? Deer folk. Deer folk like Elgfrodi or... I noticed he didn't say light elves. I don't know if that's a thing. Fire elf. I mean, you could have, like, there was a lot of, as I said in my Labubu video, there was a lot of cross inspiration between the elves and the fae from Celtic myths. So if you want to use any of the fae, you can, and just say they're a similar race. Have you played Elden Ring? Nope, sorry, but I would like to. They're inspired by Sami. Okay. How were Odin and Loki brothers? They weren't literal brothers. When they met, they made a blood oath together and basically became blood brothers. Like, you know, Odin took Loki into the Aesir as his family. And one of the ways you make sure, like, you can trust each other and won't betray each other is by sharing a blood bond. It didn't work. They did betray each other, but that's what they did. Do you play D&D? I talked about that earlier. I do play D&D sometimes with my friends. Sometimes I think it goes on too long, but I like having fun with friends. Will you ever do a Hades to an accuracy vid? Yes, absolutely. It's just going to take a while because there's a lot to go through. Yes, I've heard of Ruby. I know about that. A girl I went on a couple dates with showed it to me. Loki kind of killed someone. Yeah, like I'm saying, Loki betrayed Odin, and then Odin, you could say he rightfully punished Loki, but he also was kind of a dick about it. He murdered Loki's son who hadn't done anything. All right, just so you guys know, if you put a shit ton of emojis in your comment, I'm going to ignore it because that is an artificial way to try to get me to notice you as opposed to the other commenters, and that's not fair to them. Do you ever watch Saint Seiya? I haven't seen it. Nope, sorry. Utgard Loki is supposed to be different from regular Loki. Yeah, it is. Yeah, they're different characters. It's a common name among giants. Yeah, it's like, a character being named John. He's not going to be the only character named John. There's also a fire, spirit in Norse mythology named Logi. Very similar names. Will the Mothman be in the card game? No. Maybe if we do, Urban Legends pack at some point, we could do something with that, but not at launch. Favorite muse? I don't really have a favorite muse. I'm kind of the same feeling on all of them. You don't have to deeply apologize for the emoji thing. It's okay. I'm just letting you know. Not everyone knows. Damn, Mythology Guy's emoji phobic. Well, look at it this way. You guys are posting comments in the chat, hoping to get them noticed, right? And then somebody posts a comment and posts 50 thumbs up emojis because they know I'm gonna see that and be more likely to see their comment. That's not fair, is it? Everyone, I think, should have an equal chance. Malik, thanks for the $2. Favorite anime or manga? Dragon Ball definitely is the favorite manga. And Dragon Ball. I like Ball better than Z. Sorry. Favorite anime, however, would be Food Wars. I think that one's hilarious and a ton of fun. Yes, you need to do a Hades inaccuracy vid. I definitely do, and I'll try to get to it. Haven't seen Lego Monkey Kid yet. I want to, though. I know you get tons of questions about mythical questions. Are there any mythical weapons you would like and find interesting? I get that one a lot, too. Does the Horn of Plenty count? Because that's the one I most want. But if it doesn't count, if it has to specifically be a weapon, I would want Sun Wukong's staff. That would be amazing. I always wanted a replica of Sun Wukong's staff. Then one day, Shane got me one, and it was super fun. Shane's my best friend Zaggard, who I stream with. So, yeah. What are the ant people from Greek mythology? Oh, okay, I can answer this. Zeus had a son. And then Ichus ruled them, and those people were called the Myrmidons. And some long descendants of those people were the warriors that fought alongside Achilles in the Trojan War, and they were also called the Myrmidons. So there you go. You can't hear me? Oh no. Oh no. Son of a bitch. Am I... Can you hear me now? You missed the majority of that, son of a bitch. Okay, Zeus had a son named Ichus who had to run away from his kingdom with his mother in order to escape being killed. He settled on an island that had no people on it. Zeus said, I want my son Ichus to rule people, however, but there's no people on this island. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the ants on this island into people. And then Ichus ruled those people. They were called the Myrmidons. Their descendants were a group of people who fought alongside Achilles in the Trojan War. They were also called the Myrmidons. Those are the ant people in Greek mythology. There, I said it a lot faster. Sorry, that's what happens when people try to call me while I'm recording a live video on my phone. God damn it. I should wrap it up soon. We are at almost 2 hours. Maybe 5 more minutes. I've never gotten to join your live until now. Well, thank you for joining. I'm very happy about that. When is the card game coming out? I don't know. It's okay, I don't know what to tell you. I'm trying to get it out. That's all I know. Least favorite God of War game. Oh, you're all gonna hate me. The first one. I didn't like the first one when I first played it. I'm sorry, I didn't like it. And it's not the game's fault. I played 3 first. That's the problem. I had already played the best one at the time, and then I go back to the first one, which is so much more dated and has you walking across those stupid fucking beams that I hate to death in that stupid. I hate those segments so much. So, first one, sorry. You could say Betrayal, but I think actually Betrayal is pretty cool for what it is. Are you gonna... My god, I keep getting asked about Thor Love and Thunder. When the new Avengers movie comes out. There you go. Haven't seen or read Soul Eater, sorry. Alright, I'm gonna stop the chat and try to answer some of these longer questions. I've seen instances where people make Satan and Lucifer separate entities despite Milton's Paradise Lost having them as the same. How is that? Because people interpret things differently. I don't know every version of the Bible, unfortunately. But it's fine for people to have multiple variations of things. I'm sorry if I sound annoyed. I'm just trying to read this really fast. I'm not annoyed, I promise. The version of myths where Apollo beat Hermes and Race in Olympus are in a boxing match, and where Zeus consensually married Hera is in Pausanias' description of Greece. Highly recommended. Thank you, Triz. I appreciate that. Do you think it's weird that we don't hear as much on American mythology anymore? Even if U.S. history is brief, we got Paul Bunyan, Johnny Appleseed, John Henry, etc. Yeah, people don't really tell those are like tall tales, which actually when I was a little kid, people used to tell a little bit. And apparently in the generation before, they used to tell it a lot more. I don't know why tall tales fell off so much. It's really weird. I'm 13 and I really love your videos. I love telling everyone to the point that my family gets annoyed. Well, that's awesome to hear. Thank you. Do you love? Yeah, I love the woman in my life, Wilda. She's the greatest thing that ever happened to me. Should we expect Epic the Musical soon? Nope. No, you should not. Please don't. If you could be one of the Greek gods, who would you be and why? I would be the god of having a good time, so closest would be Dionysus. I would go to people who are really stressed out, and I'd give them the best day of their life. That's what I'd want to do. Because that's genuinely what makes me happy, is when I give people a good time. That's why I went into comedy. I always loved making people laugh. The version of... I already read that. Do you have any expectations for Percy Jackson Episode 7? No. I go into every episode with no expectations, because that way I don't get hurt. Rebel Commander, thanks for the $2. Favorite pirate, myth, or legend? The Kraken. I always loved the Kraken. Like, the original version is the Greek version, but there are pirate legend versions of it, and that's what originally introduced me to it. I mean, why did I say the original is Greek? The original is Norse. They never call Cetus the Kraken in Greek mythology. That's something Clash of the Titans started. I can't believe I just contributed to that misconception. I'm so sorry. But I always loved the Kraken, like the giant squid in pirate version. In Norse, it's an octopus, but in pirate, it's sometimes an octopus, sometimes a squid. Thank you for answering. You're welcome. Should we expect the card game soon? I wouldn't count on it, but I'm really trying, and I'm sorry. But I wouldn't count on it. What's my favorite cheese? The cheese on a really good pizza. I don't typically eat cheese by itself. I'm not a huge cheese guy. Has zombies been in any mythology? I'm talking about, did the idea originate in mythologies? Well, long before we had anything like Night of the Living Dead, we had Greek Frikolakas, we had Norse Droger, we had, I was going to say Onryo, but that's more a spirit than a zombie. We had Chinese Jiangxi, which is both like a zombie and a vampire. A lot of the time, like, zombies were more like vampires in mythology, but not Droger. Those are just kind of straight up zombies. Also, wights in Norse mythology are another thing. Voodoo, yes, thank you. Another example right there. Do you think Sun Wukong could beat Thor? Yep, easily. Favorite mythical cartoon that is not an anime? Disney's Hercules. That's a cartoon. There you go. So, yeah, I love that movie. Why is everyone asking if I played Elden Ring? No, I didn't. Okay, I'm going to have to try to stop it there because I do need to... Someone's going to come pick me up for something in 5 minutes, and I also want to call Wilda back really quick. But I just want to say thank you, guys. It's been an amazing 6 years doing a job that I genuinely love. Yes, Goku was inspired by the Monkey King. Doing a job that I genuinely love. Having an audience that I have so much fun interacting with. Like, that's why I talked to you guys for 2 hours. I would talk longer if I didn't have somewhere to be. I really would. But look, we'll do another Q&A on January 18th, okay? So if you weren't satisfied with this one, January 18th. Plus, Shane and I stream most Wednesdays, and I think we're going to start streaming again this coming Wednesday. That's another place you can come and talk to me. But I love my job. I just want you guys to know, I love my job. I love that I can make a full living doing this. And this year was a great year. I know that I was slow on a lot of things, but I am so proud that I got the God of War Ragnarok video out and that you guys responded so well to it. I was so happy to have that done, and I was really happy with it, and that's one of the biggest videos I've ever made, and it happened this past year. I'm also really happy I got the Myth Information series going, a series I've wanted to do for years, and you guys responded well to that also. I'm really happy, like, you know, that we got, like, I managed to get, like, I'm not trying to flex on you guys. I'll get to the reason why I'm saying this. I managed to get my earnings up a little bit because of these new videos that I put out. And because of that, I've been able to make more progress on the card game that I wasn't able to make before. So it is looking more likely that it's going to come out. However, because of that, I was able to test play more, and I found out there were 2 big things I need to rework now. So that's one thing that's pushing the game back, and I'm sorry about that. I also... like, you know, because, like, the earnings got better, I was able to have a great time with the woman I love over all of the holidays. I was able to do good things for her, and it feels so good to be able to do that. It makes me feel like, you know, I'm a good man for her, and that comes from me, like, being successful in my field, and that comes from all of you. And I appreciate that so much. You guys are really good to me. I know I like to bitch and moan about how people always complain on my Percy Jackson videos or my Record of Ragnarok videos, pointing the fingers, saying, oh, you don't like anything and I hate you, blah, 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 you're tacky and I hate you. But you know what? That's going to happen no matter what you do in the social media space. Most of you guys are amazing, and I really like seeing the people who have stuck around so much for years and people who keep coming back. And you new people, welcome to the channel. It is so great to have you here. I'm just happy, is the point. You guys have made me very happy. I appreciate it. But I still don't know how to end videos.